What dinosaur is long and has spikes all over it? And its tail is like a club. Hey guys, if you said an Ankylosaurus, you are correct. Today's dinosaur is all about the Ankylosaurus, or as it is called, the fused lizard. And you'll find out why it is called the fused lizard in a few minutes. This dinosaur, its type is called a Thyrophora, which means that it's an armed dinosaur. It means that it has a back that is like an armored plate. Kind of like a turtle, but a little bit harder. Alright. So when and where did they live? They lived right here in the United States in Montana. The very first fossils, they were found in Montana, but they have since then been found in other places around the United States. So just like the other two dinosaurs we have gone over with myself have been found in the United States. They lived 66 to 68 years ago during the late Cretaceous period, as well as like the T-Rex and the other dinosaurs that I have done. Elasmosaurus? Yes, the Elasmosaurus. So, like I said, they lived in the United States. They were moving around in Montana and in Wyoming, which is also places where they have found the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which would make sense because these were part of potentially what the T-Rex would go after for their food. They lived near Triceratops, which was also another food daily meal for the T-Rex. A really cool thing that I found was that the Ankylosaurus was actually one of the last dinosaurs to live before the ginormous extinction that happened. I thought that was pretty cool because they were one of the last dinosaurs to be around. When you're looking for their fossils, so if you ever want to go out and you want to look for their fossils, you would mainly look for a massive triangular head. So one that came to a point. You would look for very short necks. You would look for a stiff back, broad bodies, osteoderm, and which is like bones. Their backs were made of bones. And then they were honestly thought to be rare dinosaurs because there are only so many fossils that have been found of full Ankylosauruses. So they believe that they were rare dinosaurs, but they did live to be 70 to 80 years old. So like as long as they lived without a dinosaur finding them and eating. What did they eat? Do you think that they ate animals? Do you think that they were carnivores, or maybe they were herbivores? Or maybe they ate fish? I think, and I know, that they were herbivores. And herbivores are plant eaters. They like to go, since they were lower to the ground, they like to go for plants that were along the ground as well as fruit. They loved low shrubs to the ground, so bushes. And what I thought was really interesting was that for a dinosaur that only ate plants, it would eat 130 pounds of plants and fruits every day. And that was the same amount that a large elephant eats in a day, which I thought was kind of interesting. But what was really interesting was the fact that this dinosaur that only ate plants weighed 13,000 pounds, which is about 6 tons, which is really heavy for something that only eats plants and meat and fruit, which it probably has to do with the fact that they have so many bones in their body that is keeping them armored. I did try to find how many bones that this dinosaur had, but I just could not find it. So if you guys know, let me know, and I would love to add it to my poster all about the Ankylosaurus. Now, how big was it? I tried to find something that was about the same size in length so you guys could try to think of it. I don't know if you've ever gone to the zoo and if you've seen the giraffes. A giraffe is as tall as about 20 to 26 feet tall. So if you were to lay a giraffe down sideways, it would be the same length as an Ankylosaurus. An Ankylosaurus is actually shorter or about the same height as a tall average male, which is about 5'10" to 6 foot something. So they weren't very tall, but they were about 20 to 26 feet in length. And like I said, they weighed 13,000 pounds, and they had armored skin and plates of bones on their back. And they also had like a necklace-like spikes that would help defend themselves. And then there were even some that were found that their eyelids had spikes to even more so help themselves, so that when their predator does come, they can't necessarily eat them as easily. And that is where their club tail comes into effect. Their club tail could crush T-Rex bones. So if that T-Rex is coming for them as fast as they could, like, they could take their tail and they could swing it back and hit them, and they could even break their leg. So then they could be safe and then get away. Which rolls into that the Ankylosaurus, they were very slow dinosaurs. They just slugged on through like a turtle, but when they needed to, they would be off as fast as they could to get away from their predator. All that I could find about their teeth was that they had smaller teeth. Their biggest teeth were as big as the smallest skull that had ever been found of Ankylosaurus, which don't really know how big that is. I just know that it said it was small. I do have a picture of one of their teeth up here. It's not the correct size. I do believe that it may have even been smaller. But I did read that baby Ankylosauruses, they were the only ones that chewed their food. And by the time that they were adults, they never chewed their food and they just swallowed it. So there wasn't really much impact on their teeth. And so their teeth were really great for fossils because they were still together so well. They do have 2 horns on the back of their head that point backwards, but they also have 2 more that point backwards and down, which also helped with fighting off any of their predators. And the last thing that I found was that their tongue has very large muscles in it, and I'm assuming that their muscles in their tongue was just to help them scoop up their meals off of the ground, because like I said, they don't chew their food, so they just suck it up with their tongue. But that is all that I found on the Ankylosaurus. If you guys find anything, or if you know some cool facts, let me know. I would love to learn more so then I can teach my children at home. But all right, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.